Hey y'all, this is Lauren, aka the Soap Witch, and welcome to another edition of In the Making. So this time my microphone is on and you'll actually be able to hear what I have to say instead of me wasting like 5 minutes of talking that no one can hear. Okay, so in this one I'm doing the second trial of my witch hat wax melt, which I adore. And in this first pour here, this one is gold rum, and I had to make the color because I wanted it a brownish gold. But I don't have brown or gold, so I just made the color myself, which I do for the candles as well. And then I kind of mixed it up, and then I kind of pour a little spot on a piece of paper to test to make sure it's kind of close to what I would like. And before I did the color, I split off a small portion into another container so for the drizzle at the end. Yay, drizzle. Okay, so you'll see me here with my pipette. I felt like either it was too full or there wasn't enough on one side, so I'll just take a pipette and draw some out to level it off, or take some from one spot and put it in another. Yay, fun. So on this one, you'll notice I made the complete and terrible error of putting the color in first. And so that's an error because I like to split it off without color first, like I do the fragrance. This is Earl Grey, by the way, which smells delectably light and wonderfully fragrant. Okay. And so it's a sabotager's favorite fragrance, just so y'all know, because he always gives me his opinion. And I just made a big splotch of a mess, but you know, we live and we learn. I get less messy as the videos go. Anyway, I did not split the color. I didn't split off the wax before I added the color. That just means I have to melt a tiny bit later to do the drizzle. No big deal. So anyway, this third one, I think I did remember, because I was kind of aggravated in real life that I didn't remember with the other one. And this is a lavender scent. It's gonna be a light purple. But I did remember to split off a little bit before I colored it. I like to do it after I do the fragrance, but before I color the main batch, so that it'll all have the same fragrance once it comes together. Method to my madness, yay. So that's pouring in the lavender. I was a lot neater that time, probably didn't go as fast, so that was one of the ones where I think one wasn't as full as I liked, so I just pulled a tiny bit out of all the rest of them with a pipette to level them off. Alright, and so this last one is two fragrances. I call it Country Storm, but it's like Storm Watch mixed with some kind of clothesline, country clothesline. And it's so delectable. Oh god, it smells so good. Okay, anyway, it's like the freshest, most delectable. Okay, sorry, I'm going on and on. Moving along. So I remember to split that one off, I believe, too, before I added the color. And I just went with black because, I don't know, I decided it would be cool. You know, storm, dark colors, grays, black, whatever. So anyway, I mixed that all in and then I poured them all into the mold. So then I like to wait for them to solidify enough so that, you know, they don't move and such when I pick them up. I did that once. It was a really bad idea. Bad choice. Terrible decision. Okay. So once they've solidified some, I like to put them in the refrigerator because they firm up really well and they come out really clean. So I don't get like pieces that get stuck to the mold and you know, stuff like that. And I get just an overall better outcome. So they don't have to stay in there forever. Sometimes I leave them in there overnight if I get sleepy, but a couple of hours will suffice. So after I take the, well, okay, when I'm taking them out, okay, stay on track, Lauren, focus. I like to get them out. I like to push. Well, first I like to pull on the sides. So I'll pull on the long sides and then I'll pull on the short sides to loosen the witch hats up. And then once I've kind of loosened them up decently, I like to push from the bottom. Just to, I don't know why, but for me, I feel like it's better than trying to reach in with my fingers or anything like that. So I just push from the bottom and push them out mostly, and then I grab it and kind of just peel it out the rest of the way, kind of carefully to make sure I don't, you know, damage them. I've not really had that problem. So anyway, once I get them all out, I take my mica powder and then I brush the tops. I have a lot of mica powders because I'm a soaper and I really like color. Of course, I also make lip gloss and okay. So I like to have variety. So I have a lot of color. So I typically have a mica powder that will match good enough with the colors that I'm using. And I like to just brush it across the top. Right here I'm using a paintbrush and the hats are dancing all over the place. But in future videos I do eventually switch to a disposable makeup kind of sponge brush thing. I think, you know, since mica powder is in essence basically like eyeshadow, they work well because they're meant to work well together. So, and I feel like I get a little bit less waste that way too. So anywho, I like the mica powder, gives it kind of a shimmer, a sort of metallic look. It really makes it stand out and pop, and it brings out the little designs on the witch hats that are there. Kind of need to see it closer to see it, but they kind of got cute little stars and stuff on them. And I feel like the mica powders really bring that out. So after I get them all dusted with mica powder, then I go back with the wax that I reserved from the initial pour. And actually, while I'm doing the mica powder, I'm warming up the wax. So then I get the wax, I color it or not, depending on what I'm trying to go for here. And then I just kind of drizzle on in a diagonal pattern, and that's how I get it. So that's that. I hope you liked the video, and subscribe if you like what you saw, and I'll see you next time.